End of the day, leadership is not about what you build. It is about what remains because of you, not your title, not your position, not even your success, but your impact. The lives you touch, the people you helped grow, the example you set when no one was watching. Because real leadership is not measured by how high you rise. It is measured by how many people rise because of you. And that is where we arrive today. Hello and welcome back to Leadership Reflections, a Mentium podcast series where we explore leadership from the inside out. I am your host, Madiama. And today we close this journey by exploring the final pillar of the Mentium Alignment Framework, purpose and connectedness. This is where leadership becomes more than growth. It becomes service, it becomes contribution, it becomes legacy. You see, over the past episodes, we have been building something together, not just ideas, but a structure, a way to understand leadership from the inside out. In episode 1, we began with identity. We ask ourselves, who am I becoming? Because leadership begins with self-leadership. It begins with how you manage yourself when no one is around. Then in episode 2, we move to values. We ask, what do I stand for? Because values guide decisions. They anchor you when your path is unclear. Then in episode 3, we talked about beliefs. What do I believe is possible? Because your beliefs quietly define your limits and your courage. Then in episode 4, we tackled competence. Can I deliver? Because leadership is not just internal, it must show up in execution. In episode 5, we talked about behavior. How do I show up consistently? Because people don't experience your intention, they experience your actions. And now, after all of this, we arrive at the most important question of all. Who do I serve? And what impact do I want to create? You see, at some point in every leadership journey, there is a shift from focusing on yourself to focusing on others. In the beginning, growth is naturally personal. You want to improve, you want to succeed, you want to become more. And there is nothing wrong with that. But real leadership begins when that focus expands. When you begin to ask, how can I help? How can I contribute? How can I create something that benefits others beyond myself? That shift changes everything, because leadership that is centered only on self will always feel incomplete. But leadership rooted in service becomes meaningful. It creates connection. It creates trust. It creates something that lasts. Purpose is what gives direction to that service. Without purpose, leadership becomes just an activity. You stay busy, but not necessarily impactful. With purpose, however, leadership becomes intentional. You begin to move with clarity. Purpose answers the deeper questions. Why am I doing this? Who am I doing this for? What difference do I want to make? And when your leadership is connected to purpose, something powerful happens. You become more resilient, because now your work is no longer just about your comfort, your recognition, or your immediate success. It is connected to something greater than yourself. And that gives you strength in moments when things are difficult. Allow me to talk to you about my friends at Pure Impact Services. They are a professional, knowledgeable, compassionate, and dedicated team ready to serve you with all your accounting and tax filing needs. Whether you are a W-2 recipient, employee, or a 1099 recipient, self-employed individuals or business owners, they have your back. Visit their website at pure-impact-services.com or call them at 619-527-9229 and tell them I sent you. Now, let's simplify it even more. Leadership is service, not control, not dominance, not titles, service. It is the willingness to support others, to create opportunities, to guide growth, to share knowledge, to open doors. If you look at leaders who truly made an impact in your life, you will notice something. They didn't just tell you what to do. They invested in you. They believed in you. They helped you grow. That is service. And that is also leadership at its highest level. Many people think legacy is something you think about at the end of your life. No, legacy is not built at the end. It is built every day, in every conversation you have, in every decision you make, in every way you show up for others. Because legacy is not what you leave for others, but it is what you leave in them. You see, legacy is the accumulation of small moments, moments where you choose integrity, moments where you choose discipline, moments where you choose to support someone instead of ignoring them. Over time, those moments form a pattern, and that pattern becomes your impact, and that impact becomes your legacy. Now, let's bring everything together, because leadership is not just one thing. It is alignment. Identity gives you the foundation. Values give you direction. Beliefs give you courage. Competence gives you credibility. Behavior gives you consistency. And purpose gives you impact. When all of these are aligned, leadership becomes natural. It becomes authentic. It becomes powerful. Not because you were trying to lead, but because you are living in alignment. This is what we called Mentium Alignment. If you have been listening to this series, you've already started this process, because I know you reflected, you questioned, you have grown. But there comes a moment where reflection must become action, where growth must become structure, where intention must become commitment. And this is where Mentium exists. Mentium is not just a podcast. No, it is a space where alignment becomes real, where you can develop your leadership, build your vision, grow personally, and connect with others who are on the same journey. Through coaching, through courses, but also through community, we help individuals move from thinking about growth to living it. So if something in this series spoke to you, if something resonated with you, then this is your invitation, not to join something, but to continue becoming who you are meant to be. Let me leave you with this. Leadership is not about becoming someone else. It is about becoming more aligned with who you already are at your best, and using that alignment to serve others, to create impact, to leave something meaningful behind. Because at the end of the day, leadership is not about you. It is about what remains because you chose to lead. Thank you so much for being part of this journey. If this series has impacted you, please share it, reflect on it, apply it. And if you're ready, take the next step by joining us at Mentium. Until next time, keep leading, keep growing. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. I am Madiama, and this is Mentium. Peace.